The power of rain. It's almost impossible it's almost impossible to do anything when it rains. All right then. Let's try and get things done fast before the rain hits again. So if you remember, we were here looking at this image, this here. So what they end up doing is they initialize the game, they initialize the clock, they will, generate the screen and the display it. So all of this right here is that should not be here. It should be somewhere else. So what we're going to do is since we're going to be this is kind of dumb to have it all here. Let's see here. If image sequence or not instance. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway. First things first. Let's just grab this. Copy. Let's go ahead and paste it over here into our. Since we are. All right. We're going to go ahead and start modifying this up. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, let's go ahead and start modifying this up. We're going to still keep counter active and counts. Let's see here. We do not need this anymore. We're going to go ahead and put these here. All right, window size. Window size will happen to be the image size. All right, Mr. What did you set? Where is window size? You set window size up here. Okay, then. So that's the width by height. Okay. So let's go ahead and just add in our... Let's see. We'll just go ahead and currently fill in our default right here. Let's see. Constants right here. Window size. This will be a tuple of 2 ints. There we go. Now we can just simply pass that in. Like so. And we're going to have to... Alright, so what I'm going to do is... Let's see here. We're going to... Let's see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable. It's going to be called... I love the word components for some reason. Let's call this the game components. There we go. And this is just going to be a dictionary of... This is just going to be a dictionary of strings followed by whatever we want. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and set game components. There. And then we need to have our components constants. So we'll call this the GUI const. Or I should probably just call this game const. So the first one will be timer. So game timer. So these are theoretically going to be all a bunch of strings. Let's see here. Yeah, this is just be a bunch of all of the different strings because we just need to know the names of the different files. So this will be a timer, this will be display. So game display. And then they have screen. There we go. So there we go. Pi. Haha. All right. What's the point of setting the... Yeah, we really need to read. We need to read some stuff. All right, first things first. Self.this is going to equal our clock. There you go, game timer. Nice. Next will be the screen right here. Why do I have a feeling that the screen is the same thing as display? I have a feeling these are the two are the same things. Yeah, because... Oh, let's see here. So yeah, if you see here, I have here game, timer, this, game component, display, this. So once we're here, what it then does is it just changes the caption to live stream animation. So I don't really want to do that, but the question I have is why is it calling Pygame again and display when we kind of already set screen? Okay then, let's load up Pygame. Let's load up the Pygame. Let's load this up and have a peek in here. Pygame front page. Alright, so we initialize, we display the screen, we then do a clock, we then do a while loop while running. To flip the display to work on screen. Okay. Alright, alright. Render your game here. Then Pi quit. The screen. Where? Screen.fill with purple. Okay then. I see, I see. Okay. Why does it feel like Pygame is a singleton then? I think it might be. But yeah, I am a newbie. I am a newbie. I don't use Pygame. The majority of my programming is involving tables and databases, so I don't know much about animating things. Yeah, I don't know the first thing about animating things. Check. Oh, alpha. Color, key versus alpha. There's a lot of confusion around the two techniques. Alpha is different. It comes in two flavors. Image alpha as well as translucency alpha. Ooh, wait. Does this mean that I could theoretically go back to having my RGBA? The reason why we went back to a green screen background is because of the fact that OpenCV would not... It had trouble showing... It had trouble outputting it. If we can do that, then that would be fantastic. I could get away from the green background. If I can't... Oh, because that means my character can actually be wearing green. Because if you notice right now, he's very one-colored. He has red, he has blue, he's a gray and black. He has gray and black. And then for the visor, it's purple. Where the eyes and the mouth are purple. So because of that, I have to use green as my green screen. But if I can uh, send in alphas, then I don't have to have a background, which means I can have him be all the colors. I like the idea of that. We'll look into that in a sec. The main thing is we set the pi clock, we then do ticks. Wait until next frame. Okay then. Refresh on-screen display is flip. Okay then, so we want to definitely do flip. So for events, type event pi quit system raise system exit. Okay. All right, all right. You know what? One of the ways that I like to learn things is I like to start throwing code into an environment and then seeing what happens. That is the whole point of testing ground. We take code, we throw it in, and then we see it do something. All right then. So here we go. We now have Pygame loaded up. We have our console. We have a little Pygame console. Okay. And then when I hit the X button, that defines it as a quit. Okay then. So that is this right here in a nutshell. All right. So what about this one? Here's a slightly more fleshed out example. Okay. So let's grab this code here and see what we do. Oh, there's actually a little bit of a game built in here. All right. There we go. And then we can move the dot around, I bet. Or maybe not. All right, then let's see here. When the key is pressed, up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. It's not working. The ball isn't moving. How about AWSD? No, AWSD isn't doing it either. Okay, what does the code say exactly? Let's see here. If the key... See, WSAD. Yeah, so it's the key WASD. Maybe capital? No. Lowercase? No. Oh, wait. There it is. It's moving. Okay, yeah, I see it moving. It is leaving an after image. And it is actually very, very slow. Okay, yeah. All right. So it is kind of working. Okay. Okay. So that's good to know. So the main thing here is we're not filling the screen purple. Let's see here. That's our player position. So yeah, screen clock. Where is clock called? Running is true. So yeah, all right, so we'll need to set that. Where is clock called? Clock is called when we want to, let's see here, limit frames to 60 FPS. Default is delta time. So the delta time is in seconds. Ah, I see. And this is, oh, I see. So our movement, wait, why are they tying our movement to frame rate? Okay. I know they used to do that. Actually, I think I had a conversation about that earlier, because Donkey Kong did that as well. The idea was that when your frame rate is pretty poor, they will tie it to it so that they could kind of calculate where you theoretically should be versus where you are given how many frames were dropped. And they did this because of the fact that DK64 wasn't very well optimized. As such, lots of frames were constantly being dropped, especially in these very large very active environments. In fact, there's an entire mini game which counted on dropped frames in DK64. It kind of became impossible to beat because of the fact that running at a normal fresh rate will break that game, or break that mini game. I digress. That's kind of what's going on here as well with the code. You can see that they're tying it to frame rate. So yeah, they're tying it to frame rate. So our movement is kind of dependent to how fast our frames are moving. It's good to know, for instance, we can do Pygame, we can draw a circle, we can move things around. I think for my case though, we're just really trying to use it to buffer an image. And the main also thing is this case here. So Pygame in itself is going to be its own, it is its own instance. So everything will be revolving around Pygame. With that in mind, that means with our animator, with our animator here, actually, quick look. While we're running, we are going to look for our loop. If we do find our loop, we then quit the game, and then we quit Pygame. All right then. So in this particular case, because we have get generate animation, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the window. That's no longer a thing, especially in get animation. In fact, the window is going to be generated by itself. We're generating it right up here in our to-dos. And we're going to hold on to we're going to initialize, store our components. Then from here, we should probably have a quit function. Okay, let's see here. The closing is right after the animation is complete. And we have to quit the game. Oh, a moment. Pygame quit. They have a capital quit and then a lowercase quit command. I see. Ah, I see. I know what's going on. Okay. So let's go ahead and copy this over into our animator. We have our while loop right here. There we go. We have running. Where's running called? Oh, I see. Haha, I see. Okay. I get it. All right, all right. There we go. Okay, so we'll just simply set that to false. And then from here, instead of destroying the window, this will be pygame.quit. There we go. Oh. Okay then. So from here, because it's Pygame, we can actually keep an eye out for keyboard sequences. So now we don't have to do the CV waits. What we can do is we'll just simply look for key presses right here. Oh. Ah, this should be a case. This should be a case switch. I kind of wish Python had that. There we go. So if key is pressed, so we're looking for this case. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab the, yeah, here it is right here. This one right here. We're looking for 1. There we go. And then this will be 2. There we go. So this is 2. Then this will happen to be quit. That'll be Q. There we go. And then lastly, this should be on the other side. Oh, it's just if the key is pressed. Okay. Oh, that makes things quite nice. All right, then. There we go, like that. There we go. All right. Nice, nice. And because of this, we can also set this to running equals false. There we go. So that will change the sequences. And then here's the showing, the frames. So we're going to grab our frame we have right there. Now what we need to do is we need to upload it to our... Okay, let's go back to Poe. Because here it should at least provide us with some info. Let's see here, Pi images. I don't know. For image and image sequence, we're going to resize it, and we're going to append it. Image anti-alias. Okay. Where did image come from? So that's a